What is going on today? It is Daniel with Cuervo ATV. Today we are looking at 3 exhaust systems for the 2015 and above Raptor 700. 15 through 22 currently. Actually, 23 is going to be the same as well. RP Race. That is a new system out. I don't have the whole headers here to look at. That's not what we're doing today, really. But we're going to be comparing dyno runs here. RP Race fairly new for the Raptor 700 system. Rossier R5 has been out a couple of years now, I think. And then the Monster Shorty, which has been out for quite a while with some small revisions to it. Okay, so these systems are all about the same length. The RP Race is actually the shortest as far as the internal core goes because it starts all the way in here. Because the mid pipe slides into that muffler section. So it actually has the shortest megaphone or muffler of them all. It's kind of an oval shape. The Monster has a 2.5-inch core in it. So that is the biggest of them all. The R5 is kind of standard, what you would see from Pro Circuit, HMF, FMF. Very common, 2.25 core there. Pretty standard stuff. But we're going to look at a build that has just a hot cam 3 and a FCI, board throttle body, clutch upgrade. So, in red we have the Monster, in blue we have the RP Race, and in green we have the Rossier R5. So right away, let me move this out of the way. Right away you can see this green line hanging way down here. Let me click on it. You see kind of a weird hit here. So every time I ran this pipe in a few different bikes, few different configurations, it always does the same thing. Has a weird initial hit. Doesn't make any low end torque. This is on full throttle. Makes good mid range from like your high 4800 to 6200. It's like fairly strong there. And then makes nothing in like the mid top, really flat. So this is a very mild build. It's just hot cam, throttle body, FCI, clutch kit. Very standard stuff. So it's pretty surprising to see this much deficit on this small of a build. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit better. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I don't see a whole lot of reason to buy that pipe. Unless you really like how it looks. But otherwise you're kind of giving up a lot. We'll retest this on a bigger build, but I expect that to continue to fall away considerably. So we're going to take that off of the sheet and then compare the RP Race to the Monster. Okay, so now we have RP Race and Monster only. And we need to retest RP Race on a bigger build. I did put it on a motor and I ran it, but there was some concerns with that motor, so I didn't post or talk about those results because they were concerning as far as unknown stuff going on. So it was kind of thrown out the window, and I'll have to retest later, which we'll do. But So what we have is low end's fairly similar between the two. The Monster shows a bit of a gain. We're looking at a foot-pound and a half, about a horsepower, up to so off the hit up to about 4,500 RPM. You're gonna have that gain from 47 up to 63, let's say. The RP race has a good strong mid-range or mid RPM there, and has a good peak torque number because of it. So it's showing a foot-pound and a half of torque gain there, because that's where that gain is at, is right at peak. So you have a nice window there, but then up top you get a crossover about 6,700, 6,600, and then the Monster pulls pretty solid horsepower, a little over a horse and a half, like all the way out for that final remainder of the power band. So pretty strong gains up top there. This system's pretty interesting. The Monster's kind of standard go-to. I do think there can be an improvement in everything, and each combination will show different results. But I suspect, again, as we go up in power, that the results will be the same but more aggressive in the top end as you run out of airflow. Mainly in the megaphone, or not the megaphone, but the muffler itself. I think at that point it becomes a bit of constriction. So this is, like I said, very minor build. You see pretty substantial mid and top gain of the Monster. Some mid power gain is pretty prominent of the RP race, and back again on the bottom end of the Monster. So as you see, these power curves like wave in and out of each other, and that's all the design of the exhaust system itself and the header, trying to manipulate that air pulse and get the best overall combination. So I see some companies build a pipe around like a factory cam, factory intake, and then you go beyond that of what's the normal. So you put a FCI intake, which is changing that intake pulse length. You change that and it changes what the pipe wants. So we got to look at, okay, how many guys are running stock intake and doing nothing else with the bike, where they're going to put a pipe, a programmer, and an adapter filter on it. That's not really my market at all. Most of the guys I deal with and gals I deal with want to make more power and continue to make more power. So this is why I cater toward the Monster, because it has that capability. We've ran it up to, I haven't broken 100 horsepower on it yet, but we got really close. So we'll later on come back to the RP race, and I'll send some results there again in another video, but this is what we have for now. So take all that into consideration. I do like how the RP race is put together. Everything seems to be done in a manner that they care a lot how that product looks, and the finish work of it. The mid pipe on it is really thin, so that is the only thing that concerned me on it. If it'll have any issues due to that wall thickness there. But all right, that's what we have for today. One last look at the exhaust systems, and choose carefully. So all right, that is it. We will talk to you on the next one.